Thanks so much for watching On Call for All Kids. Today we're talking about the importance of playing with your baby. We'll discuss the benefits of playing with your baby, the best ways to engage your baby, and ideas for play for each stage of your baby's development. I am joined by Dr. Jen Arnold. She is a neonatologist and the medical director for simulation at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. So great to see you, Dr. Arnold. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Thank you, Ashley. It's great to see you too.
So this is a really fun thing that we can get involved with our children. It's really great for them too. Let's talk about the benefits of playing with your baby.
Absolutely. I mean, play is not only a fun thing for all of us to do, no matter what age, but specifically for our babies, it really helps their development. And what we found is that, families that are able to engage in more play with their babies are able to help promote their cognitive development. Even as they get older, they do better with language and math skills. It helps to promote physical development and growth. So kids can help not only as a baby growing from a height and a weight perspective, but even development of their fine and their sort of gross motor skills. And last but not least, from an emotional development perspective, more play has been shown to help babies with that developmental process of how they deal with stress, their emotional intelligence, resiliency, social skills. All these things are really important for our babies and then our kids and us as adults. So the benefits of play are tremendous, both cognitive, physical, and even emotional.
So it's really critical and it really just fosters that bonding. How can we engage our baby as a parent?
Yeah, so I like to think of two big buckets for things that parents can do, with their babies. First and foremost is, engage in play of different types. And there are really four different sort of big categories of play. So if you're like me, you're trying to think about, what's play, what's not play. Think about these four categories to help guide you in identifying opportunities for more play. So first is toys and object play. And of course, with babies, we want to make sure if we're giving them objects to play with, that they're safe, right? They're big enough that they can't put them in their mouth. But the opportunity to engage with different objects and different textures can help babies conduct experiments and really start to, like a scientist, learn from their environment and from the things that they can touch and feel. So object play is one thing. Second is physical play. So again, you think about what can a baby do from a physical play perspective. They're not an older child where, running out into the playground and the jungle gym may be the goal. But here, just things that support physical development and strength, muscle building. So tummy time with you while you're watching them. The ability as they get a little bit older to, kind of grab up and reach for things. Anything that's going to support physical development is good. So physical play is second. Third is outdoor play. And again, even as young as a newborn, you can start to help your baby experience the outdoor world. Again, sort of that idea that they're building their senses and learning spatial awareness and balance. So, outdoor play, showing them things like nature, that's really helpful. Opportunities to get them outdoors. And then, last but not least, is pretend play. And again, as a younger baby, your pretend play may not be dress up or imaginary roles, but it's more about things such as peekaboo, making faces and babbling and conversing with your baby, being silly. So pretend play starts from the newborn period on. Now, in addition to sort of thinking about ways you can play with your baby, you're not always with your baby, right? As a parent. So, me as a parent, right, I am a full time mom. We have to work and things of that nature. So, when your child is with others, whether that's a caregiver, another caregiver in the home, or a daycare situation, look for either child care providers or daycares and preschools that really do encourage ample opportunities for play, and so ask them, how do you promote play when you're with my child or when my child's at your school, my newborn is in daycare. Identify those opportunities even when you're not with your child.
And can you kind of break it down by age for us and give us some specific ideas that we can actually do with our baby? So, kind of starting from like birth to 6 months, what can we do?
Absolutely. So I think about sort of big buckets, birth to 6 months being that first one. Here again, babies are, just starting to smile. They're just starting to interact with you as a mom, as a caregiver. So, imitating your baby's cues, whether they're cooing or babbling, being silly with conversation, just smiling back and responding to their smiles is a key part of playing, believe it or not. That's very simple. Again, toys that are simple and safe, even putting your baby in different positions. So being thoughtful about when they're in their chair, whether it's their little bassinet, trying to move things around so that as they're looking in the environment, even though they may not be rolling around or crawling yet, giving them different things to see is really key. The next sort of big milestone for a baby is really that 7 to 12 month range. And here things are a little different because your baby is likely starting to crawl. They may even be beginning to walk, pull to stand. So here you want to provide opportunities for play that kind of allow for a safe environment of exploration. Because your babies are a little bit more on the move. So again, providing opportunities for your baby to sit up and move around, have a play space that they can touch different objects, that they can look around and see different things and move around and see different things. Here also, your baby's starting to understand a little bit more, not only about their physical environment and moving around, but they're actually a little bit more engaging. So this is where really peekaboo becomes really important. Getting excited about the things that you see around you. A toy that drops, like, oh my goodness, again, helping them with that emotional skill building is really key. Even using a mirror. This is the age when mirrors become really important so that babies can start to understand their own facial expressions, and start to practice, facial expressions and silly faces. So as a baby gets a little bit older, they're starting to move around, they're starting to develop more cognitively. So opportunities for more of that engagement and silliness, exaggerated emotions, and last but not least, providing opportunities for them to move around safely, experiment by touching, falling, safely, and reaching for different things is going to allow them to build the physical, the cognitive, and of course that emotional development.
Well, Dr. Arnold, thank you so much for joining us today. So, playing with your baby is not only fun, but it's so important too. We thank you for joining us and sharing this great advice.
Oh, thank you so much. Have fun, go out and play a lot.
And thank you all so much for watching today. Don't forget, you can also check out our website. It is hopkinsallchildren's.org/newsroom, and you'll find a lot of great resources for your family and other patient stories and pediatric healthcare topics as well. We will see you next week.